Yeah, I was obviously really happy with obviously the result. Obviously, there was some close calls there, and they had a real run of possession. We had a little bit early, and got that 12-0, but then I think we had 9 penalties against us in a row. So that put us on the back foot there for a fair while, and then when Foose went to the bin, it put us right on the back foot. But I was really happy. We obviously lost Brandon yesterday, and he's been a really important part of our team this year. So, and obviously losing Christian last week, two fullbacks. They were injured as well. So it was quite a disruptive week, to be quite honest, and coming to a ground that I think it's only Cameron and Will Chambers had played at, so it was good to have a run here yesterday. So again, I was really happy with our performance in that. I thought, as you say, we went through a little bit of adversity during the week and a little bit of adversity today. And at times there was a couple of things I was really disappointed in, but that was nothing to do with our effort. Our effort was outstanding today, and everyone just put 100% in, which was what we needed and what we got, and I'm thinking that's why the result was what it was.
What did you make of that run of penalties? Great.
Sorry again?
What did you make of that run of penalties against you guys? Did you feel like they were all any was stiff there? Or?
I just felt frustration at the time, but whether they were or not, I'll have a look, and sometimes you've watching them on the run, there might be something that you don't see or you don't realise. So at the end of the day, it's we'll have a look at them and see what we think. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't imagine they were all wrong. So there's a couple of things that we'll need to tidy up as well. So like I say, we'll have a look at that tonight.
Is that one of the most pleasing wins you've had this season, considering you had Felice go to the bin, had that 9 penalties in a row, and you're still able to hang on there and then kick back at the end of the game?
Yeah, that's on. I just said to the players, I thought it was probably one of our better wins of the year because of the circumstances. And as I said, we didn't get into the closeness of the game at times. That wasn't because of lack of effort. It was effort all the time. We've done a couple of things that we probably would take back. When Josh made that break, and then he looked like he was trying to pass, and then he lost it, and that's a big turnaround where you got their defence scattered, and then we give them 7 tackles to get out of there. So just little things like that, and we certainly don't want to stop anyone from passing the ball, whatever. But you just got to pick those situations and come up with the right option. So as I said, I was just wrapped in our effort, and I think, as I said, I think that was one of our best effort performances of the year.
Where would Nico have sat at the start of the year, mate, on your list of fullbacks?
Well, he was probably number 4. He's he can play in halves as well.
Yep.
So he wasn't in our full-time list at the start of the year, but he was playing really well with our feeder team, the Falcons, up on the sunny coast. And when Drinky left, we brought him into our squad. I think he's on our actually in our development list, but because we lost Jerome and Ryan, we didn't have any other fullbacks. So that's why he basically come in, and it was a funny thing. He's got presented his jumper last night, and he actually comes from the Central Coast. I think he comes from Umina, and probably not. I'm not tell too many secrets here, but when he actually accepted his jumper, his brother presented it to him. He reckons he circled this game because it was on the Central Coast, and he said, "I'm going to get picked in that game." And if he said that to me last week, I'm thinking, mate, you're in fantasy world. You're in fantasy world. But and all of a sudden it happened. So there's a little bit of an example of good things happen to good people, and he has worked really hard, to get there. And I thought, he looked a touch rusty at times, but that was only because he hasn't played with these players. He's had 2 training sessions with them, like in that position. So I thought it was a tremendous performance, and he certainly didn't look out of place. So I'm thinking he's going to be playing plenty more first grade in the future.
You get a big kick out of that, Craig, just seeing kids realise a dream.
Yeah, and he's. Well, I don't know how you call it, sad, tough, whatever, but he's been through a bit in his life, you know, and to see a kid like that make his debut, and it's so important to him, and to see a kid make his debut in his hometown, which was so important to him, and then to see, you know, his mum and dad and all his family in there, and to see how emotional he is about it, you know, it is nice when, you know, you especially see people who've been through some adversity and they get through the other end because of hard work, and it's a nice story, and I'm sure you know we're all going to enjoy the night.
Is it a one-off though, Craig? Will you get Ryan or Jerome back next week?
Yeah, we're thinking they both could be back next week, but I say it's, you know, what Paps and Hughes have done for us this year. You know, I can't leave them out. So, but you know, I'm sure, you know, perhaps, you know, we try and find another position for him. You know, he's got a bit of size about him, you know, and whatever. So, but like I say, as you know, Paul asked, it's a great story, and you know, it's one that, you know, we love seeing happen, and you know, we all get a bit emotional about it because, you know, we've just seen what he's been through and the amount of hard work he's done to get there. And as I said, you know, it's just a little bit of, you know, icing on the cake when he does it in front of his family and friends that, you know, he grew up with. So, good story.
Where do you think your side's at the moment? Like you're 6 points clear at the top. You've got the best attack, the best defence, and some people say you need to find another gear.
Yeah, you know, they could be right. You know, we're going to have to find something a little bit extra at the end of the year. You know, everyone does. If they're going to, you know, get the prize everyone's after. Yeah, I think we still have got another gear in a couple of areas. But, you know, having said that, sometimes you find that other gear in another area and you might lose it in another area again, you know. So the thing that we're big on at the moment is trying to be consistent with our effort. And, you know, hopefully, you know, in our way of thinking, that makes up for a little bit of lack of execution at times. But if we get that execution, you know, as good as our effort is at the moment, you know, I think they'll keep us in good stead.
Craig, statistically at least, you're on target to have a season as good as anyone maybe you've ever had. Does it feel like this season's like that? Does it feel like
No. Again, we've only been beaten 3 times, and you know, everyone knows by 2 extra times and a 2-pointer, but we've won a fair few games like that as well. So, it's just been a season of, you know, and I know a lot of people sort of wrote us off, and, you know, they still might be right. You know, without Billy, it's going to be tough going, and a bit of experience with Ryan Hoffman and Tim Glasby gone, you know, a couple of Origin players gone. And the thing that's really pleased me is, you know, I suppose the effort, but also the way some of our younger blokes are playing. You know, the 2 fullbacks have been outstanding. Brandon Smith he's just gone to another level this year. You know, he's been outstanding for us, and I just think, you know, Justin Olam and Marion Sevi, you know, they've done a great job in the centres for us as well. You know, we've seen Nico today do a tremendous job. You know, Tino, while, you know, he's only a young forward, you know, and find his way, you know, he's done a good job for us as well, you know. So I think a lot of them young blokes have probably played, with all due respect, probably a little bit above expectations, and that's probably been the difference between where we are and where a lot of people thought we might be.
Looking forward to playing Ricky next week.
Yeah, not really. He's a cranky little bastard. So, yeah, I'll look forward to having a beer with him on Friday night. But again, you know, they've been going tremendous, and I know they didn't quite get there today. But it's always, mate, I love catching up with him, you know, and we have a couple of beers and have a bit of a yarn about a few serious things and footy, and then a few non-serious things, and we're getting old now, so we probably think about, you know, some of the things we've done in the past and have a bit of a chat about that, and then come 7:30 or whatever time we're playing next Saturday, it's you know, guns at 6 paces, I suppose, and then we're enemies for 80 minutes, but then we're friends again. So, he's an interesting character sometimes, Stick, and but like I say, mate, we've been friends for a long time, and whatever happens in the game, we always put it behind us, and we just get on and make sure that friendship's as strong as it's always been, and it is, and it will be until one of saying it. So,
Thank you.
thanks, guys. Thank you.